Hey guys, welcome back to Keeping Up with Brit. Legacy Season 2, Episode 14 is out, and not much really happened, but a lot happened, it always is. So let's get into what happened this episode. So first and foremost, we need to know that J Josie is actually having dreams now where she's kissing Jade. So that means she has a wink wink for Jade, and she was actually sleeping by Lizzie at that time, and Lizzie ended up knowing that, yeah, maybe mood in her sleep and realized she was having a sex dream. Now, the episode is basically centered around them going to therapy with Miss Emma, and she's using a kind of a stimulation game to help them get over the traumas that happened. So basically, they create a world and they live in it as different characters. Now, the world they created was in the 60s or the 70s, I would think, and it was the place which they were at was mainly Landon's bar, which is a bar owned by Landon, but Hope ran. No, we had Lizzie as an actor, MG as a detective. We had Josie as her assistant, which is Lizzie's assistant, Emma as a singer, Rick as a head PI, and Jade as a news reporter. We also had Hope, which was the bar owner slash bartender, and we had Raphael, which was a photographer. And yes, that's basically the whole team. Now, the box that they are using to do the therapy was created by Vadamas, and we should know who Vadamas is. Now, every stimulation starts and everybody's knocked out, everybody's thing is going well, but quickly everything turns soft because people are starting to get killed in the game one by one. Now they are given a safe word to help them get out of the game when they're ready. However, that safe word isn't working because somebody in the game is a killer, and they, my friends, have changed the rule of the game. So even if you say your word, you ain't getting out. Somebody have to kill you to get out. And not only that, they can't be waking up from the stimulation because it could mess them up, according to Vladimus, after he is killed from the game. But anyways, he was a detective, which was Sherlock Holmes. But let's get into who died in what order and how did they die. So in quick succession, so I can get this over with really quickly. So the first person to die was Emma. That is Miss Emma because she was poisoned with wine. No, MG, who's the detective, realized that the person that they wanted to poison was actually Lizzie, but they end up sending the drink to the wrong person. Then after she dies, they brought in he brought in Vladimus because he thought it was Vladimus who was trying to kill her. So in interviewing him and everything, he ended up finding out, no, it's not. Now everybody keeps saying they're safe word and they keep saying they would. However, they're not getting out. They just end up getting killed after saying the safe word. Now he saw his safe word, said his safe word, and then he was sitting down there, MG gave him a book to read saying, oh, I know it was you that stole the whatever jewel, some kind of thing he was looking for. And when he read the Sherlock Holmes book, he was like, oh. But in reading, somebody opened the door and shot him dead. In his book, though, in his blood, he wrote Josie's name. Oh well. Then the next person to die was Jada. She actually confronted Josie, saying that she knew Josie was the one who tried to poison Lizzie, and she confronted her about it. And then next thing she knows, she took a whisk of Josie flask, and bam, she was dead. The next person though, Josie wasn't arrested by MG and brought for investigation, and then she, just confessed and said, yes, I poisoned everybody. MG didn't believe her because obviously we know that Vadamus was actually shot, not poisoned, so that means she didn't kill anybody. But whilst they kept talking, somebody shot bullets through, rain bullets through the door, and shot them. So Josie is dead, and MG is dead. Also, we thought. The person didn't end up killing MG because MG had the flask on him and the bullet took the flask rather than him. So he went to warn Lizzie and see how Josie had just died. Now, every time somebody wake up, they're like watching everybody that does it, like which one of them is the killer, Anyways, when MG goes to warn Lizzie. He ends up getting killed himself. Somebody was raining bullets on them from on top, and he ends up getting killed. And he tells Lizzie to run to Hope for help. Obviously, we know who they're always going to for help. Now, when he kills, he wakes up and he's like, "How come Josie's still sleeping? They kill both of us." So now everybody watching Lizzie like Josie like, let's see what happens. Then Raphael was doing his like just Lizzie actually went to Hope for help, but she didn't help her, even though she told she'd get back her memory. She had got her safe word and everything. And when you get your safe word, you get back your memory. So she went and tell Hope about herself and stuff, and Hope didn't believe her. Hope was like, "Go away, close her door," and she no on the run. Now, while she on the run, we see Raphael printing out some pictures, like, old school days. Well, not old school days, but even up to now, he was in his dark room forming some pictures. And then, whilst going through them, he recognizes somebody continuously in all pictures, only to see that he gets killed and he wakes up. He didn't say who he saw or anything like that. He didn't say nothing about it, though. But I'll tell you who it was eventually. Now, after while Lizzie walking through this, the little alleys and stuff, she ended up boxing up with Josie. She again like, "I thought you were dead." But Josie is the dark Josie. Apparently the good Josie was killed, but the dark Josie lived on. And the dark Josie said she's the one that mimicked the game because the Vadamas did say whoever was doing it was actually really powerful, and it was her because remember her black magic stuff is really powerful. So like she was the one manipulating the game because of the merge, and she trying to trap Lizzie in the game so that way Lizzie can die off and she can win the merge because she knows she's more powerful. And Lizzie was like, "But we know you're more powerful than me. Like everybody knows that. So why you have to do all of this just to prove what we already know?" But anyways, she was going to really kill Lizzie. However, Hope comes to the rescue and ends up struggling with the gun and ends up shooting bad Josie, and she dies, leaving Hope to see her safe word, and then everybody escaped. Now Josie hasn't woken up yet. She's still trapped for a little bit until her evil self decide or figure out how to actually get out of the game. Now while she's there, they bring her to the jail cell and they lock her up. In the meantime, everybody gets on with their life and, dealing with everything. Lizzie apologizes to MG and says that she's sorry for only using him or noticing him when she's going through bad times and not really when she's going through good times. And he was thinking of a superhero name for himself, so because he's trying to embrace his powers and embrace who he is, and she was like the comforter and put her head on his shoulder. Then we see that Emma and Dorian are actually leaving Salvador school, which is sad because they're leaving Rick all by himself to deal with all these powerful students and he has no powers whatsoever. So they said Emma was telling him goodbye and said that it's for their physical and mental health, seeing that Dorian almost died the other episode there. And then she almost died this episode because of whatever happened and how it's getting really dangerous and the students are getting too powerful. So I don't know what's going to become of Salvatore and who he going to get to help him. Then we see that Ralph actually remembers the picture, who he saw in the pictures, and the person is the necromancer. But I don't know if he knows who the necromancer is. But I guess we have to see in the next episode coming up. Then we have Hope. Actually came to him to talk to him, see how he's doing and everything, and to speak with him. And we also see, before I say that, we also see Landon going through the memories of what happened to him and how he was kidnapped and trapped and everything. But anyways, Hope comes to him and is checking like, I think the stimulation was trying to tell me that something is always going to come between me and Landon, and that's because every time something comes up, I always have to end up choosing whatever it is over Landon. If that means she should just finish with Landon and leave him, live his life. But I think that she shouldn't because after all what they go through between she and Josie and him choosing her, and she should just save the boy and leave the boy be his own superhero and realize that they both can shine their lights, for Salvador. Anywho's, Josephine wakes up and she recognizes she's locked up in the cell with all her friends in front of her. The good Josie is it actually. And she's trying to convince them like she's fine, she's safe, and they was like, no. And Lizzie was like, I can sense the dark magic in you. I don't know why I didn't recognize it before, but I can feel it now. And then all of a sudden, she just made the dark side take over. hair change, clothes change, all black. She was just cough and everything, eyes fully dilated black. And she was like, Hope was like, I'm going to put you to sleep now, okay, Josie? And she put Hope to sleep. And she was just there talking to them and checking, like, Dad, stop trying to help me because I've never been better. And they actually see the full, well, not the full extent, but they see how strong her powers is because my friends, the girl in the jail, and instead she like break the doors or everything and blast to go away. My girl decided to use the floor of the jail and raise it like a freaking elevator, and she uplifts herself all to the first floor of the school, and then it bursts off into fire, and then she walks out through the door, hair flicking and every shit like that. That, my friends, to me would have terrified the shit out of me if I was in that room. The whole school was rumbling and now the whole school on fire. So I don't know what's going to happen. And look, Dorian and Emma gone. Like so much, so much, so much. But anyways, thanks for listening, watching, whatever, and I'll see you next week.